Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Yeah, other day I was talking about what, guys?
डब्बा नाही मिळत पाहू
Okay. Yesterday I was talking about what, guy? Other day I was talking about what? Client-side validations and server-side validations. What is the best approach of form validations, guys? Tell me. What's the best approach of form validations? The best approach of form validations is what, guys? Come on. Approach number 4. What is the approach number 4? Write both client-side and server-side form validations, but perform server-side validation only when client-side form validations are not done. Only when client-side form validations are not done. Understanding my point? Super, boss. Right. Okay. Tell me. So here is my servlet. Okay. This is the start. Right. No, I think this is not. I think we have to go for where is this? 13th February. This is the best approach, guys. Write both client-side and server-side form validation, but enable server-side form validations only when client-side form validations are not done. Are you getting my point there, boss? Come on. Yes, boss. But yesterday we have written only server-side form validations, guys. And we stored all those form validations in which page? Array list. And we started displaying all the error messages one by one. Did you realize that, guys? Come on. Did you realize that, guys? Did you observe that one? Okay. Right. Today, we will try to learn something about JavaScript and we will try to perform JavaScript-based only client-side form validations. I'll show all the three approaches. Then at the end, I'll make you to realize the importance of server-side form validations. So now I'm commenting what? Now I'm commenting what these guys. All server-side form validations I am commenting. Commenting. When you comment, don't forget to convert. Because earlier as part of conversion only we did form validation. So now we have to go for what? Conversion. Explicit conversion. Int age is equal to integer dot parse int of TAs. Int age is equal to integer dot parse int of TAs. Int age is equal to integer dot parse int of TAs, guys. We are ready with the story, boss. Done. This is my doGet method. Yes, here is my doGet, end of doGet method. Save this. Now I want to do client-side form validations, boss. Right. So generally we do client-side form validation using JavaScript. Now the question that comes is, what is the difference between JavaScript and Java? JavaScript and Java both are two different, guys. Only to take the advantage of Java popularity, they have added Java word in the JavaScript. Otherwise, both are two different things. February 14th, guys, form validations. 14th or 15th? Yes, 15th. Form validations here. Okay, boss. JavaScript is best language to perform, best scripting language to perform client-side form validations. Best scripting language to perform client-side form validations. Cool, guys. It's the best scripting language. It is the best scripting language to perform client-side form validations. Okay, boss. Next. The language. Okay, the language whose code cannot be executed directly and whose code must be embedded with other language code for execution. Is called script code. Example, JavaScript, VB script, and even Python is also scripting, boss. It's not a programming language, it's a scripting language. Python cannot be executed on its own. Python code should be embedded with some other language code for execution. You know that, na? Okay. Right, boss. JavaScript code cannot be executed on its own directly. Cannot be executed on its own directly. That means it must be embedded with HTML tags for execution. It must be embedded with HTML tags for execution. Everyone got the clarity, guys? Come on, are you with me? HTML tags for execution should be executed. HTML tags for execution. Next one. What's the next one to focus, guys? Come on. The word Java is added. The word Java is added to JavaScript to take the advantage of Java popularity. To take the advantage of Java popularity. Yes, guys. Next. What is the difference between Java and JavaScript? What is the difference between Java and JavaScript? One side Java, guys, one side JavaScript. One side Java, one side JavaScript. Comfortable, guys? Right. One side Java, one side JavaScript. Right. Okay, boss. Next. Java. It is a programming language. It is a programming language. Okay. Object oriented. Object oriented programming language. Okay. It is object based programming language. It is object based scripting language. Object based scripting language. Okay. Supports max principles of OOPS programming. Supports max principles of OOPS programming. Supports only max principles of OOPS programming. Supports only, come on guys. Supports max principles of OOPS programming. Supports only few principles of, that's it, it's called object based, guys. Principles of OOPS program. Supports only few principles of OOPS programming, guys. Few principles of OOPS programming. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Supports only few principles of OOPS programming. So does not support okay, inheritance. What, guys? Inheritance, polymorphism kind of. Sorry, we cannot expect that. C. Okay, guys. Next one. Client side. It is client side web technology. It is client side web technology. It is, what is that? Server side web technology. Oh, I'm talking reverse, huh? Reverse. It is Reverse. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. It can be used as server side web technology. It can be used as client side web technology. Super boss. It can be used as client side web technology. Okay. Next one is what? One is client side web technology. One is what? Server side web technology. Are you comfortable, guys? Come on. Are you with me? What is next? What is next? Can be used to develop all kinds of applications. All kinds of application, including web applications. Including web application. Yes, guys. Including web application. Oh, it can be used. Yeah, what's happening, guys? What's happening? What's happening? Why we are going wrong way? Right. 1 minute, 1 minute. This is right server side. Okay, this is server side is extra, na? Okay. Fine. Can be used to develop all kinds of applications, including web application. Right. Can be used only in. What is that, guys? Can be used only in. Okay, only in web application development. Can be used only in web application development, guys. Okay, guys. Array, only JavaScript is only for web application development now, guys. It cannot be used wherever you want. Mobile means Android will come into picture, iOS comes into picture. So there's a different one, right? Okay. Given by Sun Microsystem. Given by Sun Microsystem. This is originally given by Netscape, guys. Given by Netscape. Originally given by Netscape. Right. I hope you got a clarity, boss. The word Java in JavaScript is added to take the Java popularity. Both are different. Okay. So now I want to teach JavaScript basics. JavaScript basics, guys. Yeah. To declare variable. Yeah, no data types, guys. All variant types. All variant types. Var variable name. Var variable name. Semicolon. Or let variable name. Okay, guys. Let variable name. Owners are different. Yes, different. Okay. Even Sun Microsystems supporting JavaScript, but owners are different. I'll tell the actual story. VB script as before arrival of JavaScript, VB script is very popular in the market. Though VB script is working only in Internet Explorer, it has become popular because okay, VB has got one popular language at that time whose name is VB, Visual Basic. Since word VB is added in the VB script, based on the popularity of the VB, they have popularized VB script also. So by seeing that Netscape approached Sun Microsystem. My competitor is doing that, but compared to VB script, my scripting language is having more features. But I want to go with same plan. So can I use your name? Can I use your name? Sun Microsystems said that you are against of Microsoft. I am also against of Microsoft. You are against of Microsoft, huh? Don't worry. I am also against of Microsoft. I am also against of Microsoft. Okay, take my name and use it. It's like grandson getting grandfather name, guys. Grandson using grandfather name. I hope you are understanding that statement, guys. Come on. Okay, let variable name. Where variable name, let variable name, guys. Where variable name, let variable name. Fine, boss. Right, boss. Tell me. Yeah, no data type. Based on the data we place. Okay. Where A, comma B. Based on the data we keep, guys, variable. According to new version, we got a let variable. Let A, comma B. To define a function, guys. To define a function. Here, no data types, guys. Everything dynamic. To define a function. Tell me. Function name. Function name. Brackets. If you want, you can write param1, param2, like this. Param1, param2, param3, dot, dot, dot. Here are the states. This is to define function, boss. JavaScript basics, guys. No return type, nothing. If you want, you can return, but no need of writing return type. Parameters also no data type. Parameters also no data type. Seriously, sir? Yes. Okay. Example. No return type, no data types. All are dynamic. All are dynamic. Okay. Function sum. A comma B. Really, sir? No data types, not required. Return A plus B. Return A plus B. Okay. Next one. JavaScript support. It is a different language, boss. Definitely don't expect same syntax. JavaScript supports DOM-based event handling. DOM model event handling. DOM-based event handling. JavaScript support DOM-based event handling. Cool, guys. DOM means document object model. DOM means what, guys? Document object model. Are you understanding my statement, guys? What do you mean by document object model, guys? DOM. Okay. That means according to this, every tag of every HTML tag will be treated as an object, okay, having properties and methods. Properties and methods. This is very important. That means according to this, every HTML tag will be treated as an object having properties and methods. Will be treated, okay? Treated as an object having properties and methods. So that means form tag, form object. Okay, bold tag, bold object. Everything is be treated as an object, boss. Come on. Right. Okay. Next one. JavaScript. JavaScript built-in object. There are some built-in objects also, which will be created automatically. Right. Document representing entire document. History holding the history of the activities. Navigator to move from one place to another place. Window, window. These are built-in objects. We don't create them, they will come automatically. So you don't write anything, they will come automatically. Yes, and etc. Okay, guys. JavaScript gives built-in classes. JavaScript has given built-in classes. Math is there. Math is there. I think some classes are there, guys. So 1 minute. Don't mug up because we are basically Java programmers here. We are not JavaScript people. We are learning. That's it. JavaScript built-in classes. JavaScript built-in classes. Yeah. Array is one class, guys. Array is one class. We have arrays and class. Like this, we have a lot of classes, guys. We have a lot of math is there. Built-in functions are there. Built-in objects are there. Built-in objects are there. We can create objects for the existing ones. Everything is possible, guys. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. Understanding my point there? Right. Details of object model here. Details of defining classes, subclasses and inheritance. So new operator, using new operator, we can create the, define the classes. We have predefined classes, subclass and inheritance, adding and removing properties, summary of differences. Come on, right? Property based, lot of things are there, guys. Okay, okay. Math, we have a string, we have a random, some classes are there. Okay. Array, just now we have seen array also. Random, we have a array and etc. JavaScript supports event handling. JavaScript supports event handling. That means we can process the event by executing some logic. By executing some logic when the event is raised. Okay, by executing some logic when event is raised. We have a lot of predefined events, guys. On submit, on blur when text box loses the focus, on key up, on key down, on submit, on click, on DBL click, on submit, on blur, on key up, on key down, on click, on DBL click. Like this, many are there or not there, boss? Okay. Like nearly 100 plus events are there. Small activities also we can capture, boss. 100 plus events are there, not 1 to 100 plus events are there. Super, boss. Okay, now I would like to write JavaScript code, guys. I would like to write JavaScript code to perform form validations. Okay, easy, boss. Okay, but small syntactical differences. It's all about acceptance. Dynamically also we can learn. Dynamically also we can learn, guys. If you don't know JavaScript also, with the basic background I have given, you can learn it. Yes, if you want to write JavaScript code, guys, in any place, you can start working with the script tag. Anywhere you can write. Anywhere you can write the script tag. Script language, guys. What is this? JavaScript. Script language, JavaScript. Okay, fine, boss. Function. I'm defining one function. Function validate FRM. FRM means it is going to get the form as the entire form object as the argument. Form object. I'm referring through FRM. So that means I have to call this JavaScript function for on submit event. On submit is equal to validate of this. This means current object, guys. This means it will pass current object reference. What do you mean by current object? We are in the form tag. Form tag means this. This means current object. What do you say, guys? We are in the form tag. This means current object, guys. What do you say? Right, boss? Are you understanding my statement here, guys? Come on. Voter URL. On submit, on blur, on key up, on key down, on click, on DBL click, and etc. 100 plus are there. What is there? 100 plus are there. Okay. Now here, whenever on submit event is raised, I want to call this function. What you are passing, sir? This. This means current object. Current object means current tag object. What is current tag object? Form. Form object. So how I am receiving with the name FRM. No data type, nothing. That is the farmer variable name is FRM. Object is passed here. Okay. No, sir. I don't want to click means you may click on text box, you may click on radio button also. But I want to do only on form submission. If you write for against on click, what happens? When you click on text box also, validations will take place. You want to do validation when you click on every component, only when you click on submit button. Only when you click on submit button. Definitely when I click on submit button. Come on. Right. Function validate of FRM. Function validate FRM. Okay, boss. Next, tell me what is this? Read form data. First work is what? Read form data. P name, P is P address. Where or let, your choice. Okay, name is equal to, these are local variable name, you can take anything. What is the object name? FRM. What is the property in text box name? P name. Dot value. Gives P name text box value from the form. Let, what is this? Let is FRM dot PAs dot value. A local variable name, anything you can take. Address FRM dot, what is the name I have taken? P address dot value. frm.pname.value, frm.pas.value, frm.paddress.value. Everyone got the clarity, guys? Come on. Right. If name double equal to empty string, frm is a param name. Viswajit Sahu, be in the classroom. I said, if any name you can take, this becomes, this is the argument, this is the parameter. No data type, na? That's why only this. Only this. Only this. Come on, come on. Any confusion on the FRM? Generally, what we take? Here, if you pass 10, you receive in A. If you pass 10 comma 10, here we receive A comma B, right? Same thing. Here I am passing current tag object, nothing but form object. I am receiving through FRM. If name double equal to empty string, now I want to have a alert box. Alert, person name is required. Alert, person name is required. Alert box, boss. Now at the same time, at the same time, I want to I want to see. At the same time, I want to see focus coming on the text box, cursor blinking on the text box. So then what is that? frm dot pname dot, okay, focus. Focus is predefined function, guys. So cursor will blink there. Cursor will blink there. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. Cursor will blink there, boss. Now listen. Here I am taking one variable, let flag. Let flag is equal to true or false, right? Let flag is equal to true or false. I am trying to take false first. Okay, otherwise I will take let flag is equal to true. If when validation errors are there, better to make flag is equal to false or not. Are validation errors are there, like flag is equal to false. Come on, right? Okay, what is this here? Required rule on name. Required rule on name. Next, boss, what is the next one? Is rule. Required rule. Required rule on required comma. Next, range comma numeric rules. Numeric rules on A's. Required comma range comma number rules on A's. Okay. Now let's see, boss. If A is double equal to empty string, double equal to empty string. Same thing, guys. Paste. Flag is equal to false. Person AZ is required. I will improvise. This is level 1 code only. PAs dot focus. PAs dot focus. Else if AZ is typed, come on. Focus says cursor should blink. Cursor should blink. Come on. Cursor should blink. Cursor should blink when control goes there. Focus, where problem is there, there it should, okay, focus. You should gain the highlight. So after displaying error message, we press OK button. Cursor instead of blinking in other text boxes will blink on what? PS text box, so that we can directly type the A's. We can directly type the A's. Understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Else if, tell me. Else if. Now I want to go for it is a number or not. If it is typed, I want to check whether it is a number or not. Okay, we have a direct method, guys. Is nan. Come on. Is nan. N-A-N. Not a number. Is nan of. Come on. Is nan of is. If age is not a number. If age is not a number. Okay. Person age must be numeric value. Person age must be numeric value. Else if is nan of is. Else if is nan of is. Not a number. If age is not a number, then this will come. Okay. No, age is number, boss. It is typed and it is typed as a number. Then else if age less than 0. Age less than 0. Almost all operators are same as Java operators. Or age greater than 120. Age less than 0 or age greater than 125. Super. Copy this. Paste it. Paste. Flag is equal to false. Flag is equal to false. Next one is what, guys? Age less than 0 or age greater than 125. Tell me what is next. Person age must be there. Must be there. Tell me. 1 through 125. Must be there 1 through 125. frm.pas.focus. Understanding my statement, guys? frm.pas.focus. Everyone understood my point here, guys? Come on, are you with me? frm.pas.focus. frm.pas.focus. Is that clear? Are you getting my point there? Okay, now listen. If everything is so smooth, guys, then I want to take a return flag. And then I want return flag. Anyhow, default value is true now. If none of these executed, no form validation errors, returns true. No, something is gone wrong, false will return. False will return. Understanding my statement? Is nan n capital or small? We'll check that. Is nan. Let me check. Is nan of JavaScript. Spell mistake I want to check. Is nan. Is nan, right? Capital letter. Fine, no problem. We are not Java. Is nan. Else if is nan of age. Flag is equal to false. Alert person age must be numeric value. frm.pas.focus. Nice. I hope you got it. Now listen. I commented server side form validations, guys. Only client side form validation logic I am writing. Okay, here is what? Client side form validations. client to side form. Required rule on name, required comma range comma number rules on age, required comma range comma number rules on age, required comma range comma number rules on age. Super boss. Oh, I forgot to apply rules on this one, na? Required rule on what? Acha, I have to have min length also, na, on name. Array, on min length, on name we have to have min length also. Forgot. Else if, tell me. Name dot length. Length is a property of function. Okay. Checking length using JavaScript. Checking length using JavaScript. Checking length length using JavaScript, because we are not JavaScript proper. Checking length of the property using JavaScript. Here property name, it is not function. It is property name, it is not function. So like this we have to verify, because we are not Java people. Sorry, we are not JavaScript people, guys. Right. Else if name dot length less than 10. Okay, I think at least I'll take 5. 5, okay, I think server side we have taken 10. Let me take the 10. Flag false. Flag fall. Flag false. Come on. Person AZ is required. Person name must have. Person name must have minimum of 10 characters. Person name must have minimum of 10 characters, or at least 10 characters. Okay. Minimum of 10 characters. That's fine. We have got this one also. What is this? Required rule, comma, required rule, comma, length, required comma, length rules, min length on name. Okay. Basics are enough, but if you want to become full stack developer, site is definitely you should have a good knowledge of JavaScript. If your plan is in future becoming full stack developer, go for required rule on address, ADDRS. Yes, I'm talking about required rule on what? Address, guys. Okay, now tell me now, what is this? If ADDRS double equal to empty string, double equal to empty string, copy this, paste it. Flag is equal to false, person address is required. Person address is required. Tell me. FRM dot PAs dot focus. PAs address. Okay, P address dot focus. Focus means gains the focus. Okay. Keeps the control in the text box. Keeps the control in the P address box. Return flag. If something goes wrong, false. If everything is smooth, it returns true. I think you enjoyed, guys. Okay. Length problem, this one. Easy na? Even though you don't know, even though you know JavaScript, I made life simple or not? Yes, based on Java knowledge, learning JavaScript is not going to. It needs practice, no doubt in that. But make sure that typing mistakes are not there. Why? Because debugging JavaScript code is very difficult. Yes, if you have a separate editors for JavaScript, they're easy, boss. But when you checking through just through browser, debugging JavaScript code is very, very difficult, guys. Right. Now let's see now. right click, run on server, say next, say finish. Say next. We disable server side JavaScript validations and I'm looking only for client side validations. Let's see. I didn't fill up anything. Person name is required. Person age is required. Person address is required. Still control going to server. This is one problem. This I have to rectify. After showing all the errors, still control going to server is meaningless now, guys. So I should stop control going to server when form validation errors are there. Very simple, boss. Very simple. Devash Pandey, right now I am using approach to only client side validation. Still I have not developed approach 4. Okay, what flag you are thinking and what flag I have taken is different. Please. This time I have taken flag whether client side form validation errors are there or not there. That's it. Okay, now listen, boss. This time what happened? Okay, now what happens when you click on submit button, on submit event is called, validate function is right, that is displaying error. As usually on submit is continuing, right? As usually on submit is continuing. Still request going to server though there are form validation errors, right? Okay, I'm going to take a return statement here. I'm going to take one return statement there, guys. I'm going to take one return statement. I'm going to take one return statement. Yes. What happens there? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Suppose when return is not there, what is happening, guys? On submit is raised. This function is called. Validation errors are displayed. Still on submit is doing the work of sending the request to server. No. I want to capture validate function result, true or false, and I want to give to browser. Using return statement, true or false will be given to browser. Browser gets true. Oh, no validation error. Let the control goes to server as part of on submit event. False has come. Browser understand there are form validation errors. There are form validation errors. Stop sending control to server. Are you getting my point? Suppose if return statement is not kept, Swarup Sarkar, if the return statement is not kept, what happens? On submit raise, function called, validation errors are shown as part of continuities on submits and request, is sending request to server. If return is there, it is capturing the return value of validate method and sending to browser. So browser can take a decision. True na. Oh, everything is smooth. On submit request should send the request to server. False na, some problem. Stop sending. Cancel the on submit request. Cancel the activity of on submit request. If it is true, browser let the things happening normal way. Whatever regular things are there, those things will happen. If it is false, browser cancel the on submit activity. It's something like this, guys. If return statement is not there, what happens? I will tell. In front of shopping mall, security guard tested temperature, came 102. Still allowed to the shopping mall. What's the use of doing that checking, boss? Yes or no? Na? Our admin people, verified ID card, found not a student of this institute or this course, still allowed to the classroom. What's the use, guys? If return statement is not there, come on. How browser knows? A browser is designed, boss. Array validate function we are calling na. This gives true or false as a return value. This return statement sends that true or false to browser. Mr. Ross. Validate function we are calling. When we call, we get the return value, right? That return value, this return statement is sending. Ross, keep the common sense of responding when I am explaining for you. Waste fellow asked question and no response. This is the brutal behavior of the students, you know. They ask a question. When I am pointing their answer, they never respond whether they understood or not. Thick skin fellows are or fat bodies are. Because I cannot see your facial expression whether you understood or not. You have to respond in the chat box. A question I will ask when I give answer, when I'm explaining, no reply. What should I think? Whether you are following or not following. Don't show your thick skin attitude in front of me. I'm telling to everyone. You ask question, when I give reply, you know it is a reply for me. Fine. Let's see. Return validate of this. Come on, guys. On submit event is raised because button is clicked. Yes, this function executed. 1, 2 places false has come. Overall false. Okay. Here what is there? False. Return statement takes that false, gives to browser. Browser realizes something gone wrong. I am cancelling on submit event. That's why request never goes to server. Request never goes to server. Okay, boss. Next one. All are perfect. On button is clicked. Validate is called. No form validation error. Return true. Okay. True has come here. Return statement takes the true and gives to browser. Browser knows. Okay. Everything is smooth. Okay. Let the request goes to server. I hope you understood the power of return statement. Only for on submit this problem is there. Why, sir? Because otherwise on submit by default attempts to goes to server side. By default attempts to goes to server side. Only for on submit. On submit means what? Submit the request to server. It's the nature of the on submit event, right? If you don't do anything, it will go. Errors are there or not there, it will go. Okay, see it now, guys. Why should I shout that much? Refresh. Now see. 1, 2, 3. No problem. I'll show all errors together. No problem. I'll show errors beside the text boxes. Don't worry. Yes, okay. See, control is not going any there. Cursor is blinking there because that's the last one. That's right. Are you getting my point there or not? Earlier, what happened? Gone to server. Okay. Name is required. Age is required. Address is required. Super. I typed name. Age. Name should have 10 characters. Name should have 10 characters. Okay. 10 characters. Right. Age is required. Okay. Age. Yeah, I'll display messages beside the text boxes also. Don't worry. Okay. 30A. Person age must be numeric value. Okay. 130 I typed. Person age must be 1 through 125. Right. 13 years. Person address is required. I typed Hyderabad. Now it's going server side. After giving everything perfectly, only it's going to server side. Enjoyed, boss? Understood the flow, boss? You understood the flow or not? Okay, once again, see, I clicked on submit button. On submit event is raised. Calling validate one. So full data, perfect data is there. name Raja, age 30, address Hyderabad, flag is true. Okay. Is name empty string? No. Is name? No means what? Control goes to else block. Is name dot length less than 10? No. Perfect. Okay. Name is perfect. Age empty string? No. Age is not a number? No. Age is less than 0 or greater than 125? No. Okay, easy is also perfect. Is address empty string? No, Hyderabad is there. Return flag. Flag is what? True. True means here true comes. This return statement gives true to browser. Browser understand everything is perfect. Let the control goes to server. Everything is perfect. Let the control go to server. I think you enjoyed it, guys. So then what's the problem in this, sir? What's the problem in this? Using browser settings, come on. I can disable JavaScript execution. Sure, sir. Yes, boss. Okay. If it is a Chrome browser, settings, guys. Here you type JavaScript, guys. Here you type JavaScript, site settings. Site setting. JavaScript is allowed. JavaScript is allowed. I removed. Blocked. Blocked. Now come back here, guys. Refresh. See this? No JavaScript. Directly going to server. If someone is intelligent, someone is technical, he may take the advantage of this or not. Or by installing some worms in your computer, he may disable this kind of settings or not. He may create little bit of discomfort or not, guys. But when JavaScript is disabled, you can alert the end user to enable the JavaScript. That part we can do. We can alert the end user to enable the JavaScript. Are you getting my point there, guys? No script. No script. Come on, guys. There is another tag called no script that executes only when JavaScript is disabled. Okay, guys. H1 or H2 style. Okay, style. Color colon red. Not red, green. Text hyphen align center. Text hyphen align center. H2. Enable JavaScript. Enable JavaScript. Enable JavaScript. Super boss. Enable JavaScript. Super. Right click, run on server, say next, say finish. Say next, say finish. Okay, now you observe. Enable JavaScript. Suggestion is coming or not coming? Enable JavaScript. Suggestion is coming or not coming? I want reply from you people, boss. Enable JavaScript. This suggestion is coming or not coming? Whenever JavaScript is not there, if JavaScript is there, it won't come. Here also you can see the red mark. Now again going back to settings. Again going back to settings. Here is my JavaScript again. I will enable site settings. Go down, go down. JavaScript is now showing blocked na boss. Okay, I will allow it. Just to refresh once for settings. Now back, refresh. Now that message is not come. Now that message has not come. Did you notice this, guys? Easy, boss. Right. So what is the biggest drawback? No, that message is coming, but still Possibility of disabling JavaScript is a drawback only, right? Right, boss. Sir, how to do this work in the Firefox? Because these two are quite popular browsers nowadays. Remaining browsers you work out by sitting in the internet. Okay, I'll give for these two browsers. Okay. Now I changed my browser to what? Firefox, guys. Run on server. Okay. Only client side validation is not sufficient. That's what I'm trying to show. I'm trying to give all three approaches one by one. Okay, it's opening browser, boss. It takes bit time. First time it is opening now. Right. Shows the form page. Enable JavaScript. I think in this browser, Firefox only. In this browser, I already disabled. I want to see it's enabled. Enable JavaScript is coming or not? Yes. Okay. How to ask JavaScript to be enabled? Here bit risky, boss. About colon config. I'll give procedure. Don't worry. About colon config. Accept the risk and continue. And search for JavaScript dot enabled. False is there. Just to click once. It is enabled. Come back. Refresh. Gone. Now JavaScript validations are happening. Name is required. Age is required. Age is required. Yes. Are all coming or not? So in different browser, we have different browser to disable or enable JavaScript. In different browsers, we have different browsers to disable or enable JavaScript, guys. Everyone enjoyed my point, boss? Right. So now, no, look, this is browser to browser. Alert box appearance may change, guys. Don't find. Enjoyed, but still some improvisations are there. I will do later. For the timing, let me give this code. See, we don't know JavaScript, but we learned it and we used it. This dynamism is required in advanced programming, boss. So many things we should inspire and learn, and we should go for it. Yes, boss. Here is my paste. Right. This is my form.html. No change in the server side, guys. I'm just talking about client side form validations. That's it. So the things to be highlighted is this one. Return statement. This is very important of one return statement. I'll read some comments also. And this is JavaScript code. This is my JavaScript code. Cool now, boss? Right. Okay. Now let me give one comment on this return statement first. Let me write one comment on return statement. This return statement validate this function called return value. Validate this function called return value true or false, and gives to browser. Okay, guys. If it is true, if it is true, browser thinks that there are no form validation errors. Browser thinks that there are no form validation errors. So, request goes to server. request goes to server. If it is false, tell me. If it is false, come on guys. Browser thinks that there are form validation errors. So it stops sending request to server. Understanding my statement, guys? Right. Okay. Writing only client-side form validations using JavaScript is having one limitation, that is using worms or browser settings. We can disable JavaScript execution. But we can display message for end user. That JavaScript is disabled. Using no script tag. Using which tag, guys? No script tag. Seriously, using which tag, guys? No script tag. Comfortable, boss? Using which tag? No script tag. Fine, boss. I think I already given no script tag to you people, but let me highlight. Copy this, paste it. Here is my no script tag. We can display message. Yes, guys. Enable JavaScript. Not one. To disable JavaScript, I will write JS here. In Chrome. In which browser? Chrome browser. In Chrome browser. Are menura babu, that looks like 3 dots. 3 dots. I think you know that, na? Menu. Next one is what? Settings. Search for JavaScript. Completely. Next, site settings. Disable. Site settings. Scroll down. Yeah, I hate giving this kind of notes. JavaScript. Okay, what is this? Block. I think you know that what to do after going there. Yes, otherwise search in the internet you will get here. Yes, to disable JS in what? Firefox. Remaining browsers you please work out. In the internet one or other option will be there. Okay, tell me. Address bar. In address bar type about to colon config. Accept the risk. Search for JavaScript.enabled. Search for JavaScript.enabled false. Change to false. Search for javascript.enable change to false. Is that clear, guys? Come on. Right. This is to disable JavaScript in Chrome, guys. This is to disable JavaScript in Firefox. Are you comfortable, guys? Enjoyed my point here, guys. Thoroughly understood my point here, guys. Right. Fine. See, right now, alert box are out of fashion, guys. Alert box are out of fashion. Nowadays, fashion is seeing the error messages beside the text boxes. How to do that work, I will discuss in tomorrow's session. Sir, PHP, why used server side? PHP is very easy, sir. PHP is not easy, boss. PHP is having performance issues, boss. Features are not there. Okay, if you know PHP, maybe you are promoting PHP. No, 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 no. Biswadit Sahu, Saraswati Puja says study well and get the job. Tomorrow classes are there. Saubhagya, if your college started, you can shift to 4 p.m. You can shift to 4 p.m. Spring 7 a.m. batch, within 1 week, I will give clarity. Okay? Including syllabus and other things. Git link, someone placed Git link, boss. Otherwise, wait. Otherwise, wait. You will get in front of you only. Team commit. I'll paste here itself. In front of you only, I'll paste. Git staging done. Okay. Form validations. Commit. Yeah, it will come here. Say next. Say paste. Okay, everyone collect the Git. Whoever missed the Git URL, collect it. Any morning batch for us? At 7 a.m. I generally take Spring, boss. Advanced Java won't be there because a lot of working people are requesting for Spring. 7 a.m. is always Spring. That is for Pakka sure. Devas Pandit is talking about serialization. Don't worry about it. In the month of March, definitely Spring batch will be there. No doubt in that. Thank you, guys. For Spring, this is enough. Core Java, basics of Advanced Java enough. Thank you, guys. In the month of March, definitely Spring batch will be there. Don't worry. Have a nice time, guys.